movies and TV shows without subtitles. You can already understand me, so adding one more person plus me is a great challenge. And I hope that you can understand better, especially with this conversation breakdown method, because next you are about to learn 3 key phrases that Katie and I used in our conversation. My husband Dan and I are going to break down those phrases for you. We'll tell you some stories, some sample sentences to help you remember this vocabulary. Let's get going. Let's watch. The next expression is to vet. This is a verb, to vet. We are not talking about a veterinarian, an animal doctor. We are not talking about a veteran, someone who fights in a war. This is a verb, to vet. So let me give you the example from the conversation with Katie. She said, make sure that you vet your agency really well. And this is a perfect example because it's talking about looking carefully to make sure it's acceptable. Make sure you read the reviews, maybe even talk with other families who use that agency. You need to do a deep dive.
So do your homework.
Do your homework. You need to vet that agency and make sure that it is exactly what you want, because there's a lot of importance about which adoption agency you use. Has there ever been a time when you needed to vet someone or something?
Somebody.
Oh.
Some people, yes. When I worked at a coffee shop, I was the manager there. And when you get a bunch of resumes in, you need a new employee, you have to interview them, and you could say, I need to vet the candidates, which would mean that you need to carefully examine their resume, but you also need to have an interview and get a vibe for them. So at this particular coffee shop, every single person I worked with was a woman. And so there was a particular vibe that coffee shop had. And so a lot of times I found myself like looking at the guys who would apply, and I would just be thinking, how uncomfortable are they going to make all of my coworkers feel? Right? So I did end up hiring one guy, but most of them were women in this case. But in any case, I had to vet the candidates and make sure that they were okay and going to not only be a good worker, but also be a good fit for the particular environment.
Yeah, making sure that the men you hired weren't going to be creepy because you were working in a small space with a lot of women. But I think that a good manager will think about all of those things when you're vetting a new candidate. So you could vet an employee, you could vet an agency, vet a candidate. You can vet a lot of different things to make sure that you are choosing the right option. You might even do that when you are searching for an English teacher or an English program. If you are trying to find a good English course, for example, like the Fearless Fluency Club, you might want to vet the course, which is looking at reviews, making sure that you look into the details, look at some samples just like this. Make sure that it is a good fit for you before diving in. You can vet a course before joining it. Okay, let's go on and take a look at the original clip so that you can see how to vet was used. Let's watch.
I would also say to make sure to vet your agency very carefully. I would also say to make sure to vet your agency very carefully.
The next expression is countless. And this means that, well, it basically just means you can't count how many times something has happened. But we often use this in an exaggerating way to say very many times. So, because we're parents and we have children, wait, obviously you have children when you're parents.
We do.
One of our kids asks us for the same book over and over again. This book's called Little Miss Lucky. It's her favorite book, and she has asked us countless times to read Little Miss Lucky. We can't even remember how many times she's asked. It's almost every night for probably 6 months now. So it's been countless amounts of times that she's asked for this book. And it's gotten to the point where I kind of have to make little adjustments here and there.
To make it interesting for you?
Yeah, if her brothers are around, they're like, make it the crazy version, where we talk about, extracurricular activities like explosions and the whatnot.
Try to make the story a little more interesting.
Spice it up a little bit.
Because you've read it countless times. Yes, if you're a parent, you have certainly read your kids' favorite books countless times. This is an exaggeration word, so if we tried, we actually could count, if we really put in some effort, but we're not going to count how many times we read this book. You could even use this to talk about your English learning journey. So you might say, I have tried to learn English countless times. I have tried so many different things, and finally I found Vanessa's lessons, and this is working.
I'm counting no more.
Yeah, so maybe in the past you've had a lot of tries, a lot of failures, a lot of difficulties, and you're still here. So that means that you are someone who has lots of motivation, lots of determination, and you're trying to be creative. Think about other ways that you can learn, and I hope that this video is one of them. So you might say, I've tried to learn English countless times before, but here I am, and it is working, finally.